It was actually hard to do this recording. I had tears in my eyes the whole way. Is this the greatest sight in sports? Adam Yates! Muscat Classic, one of my favourite one-day races. We have a lot of hard, steep climbs. Jebel Road, 3Ks, 9%. And then the Al Jissa climb is 1.5Ks, about 10%. There's a dip in the middle. Versatile sprinters have won this previously. Rick Plomer's last year, Yanti Beeman's previously. It's actually perfect in the past for a guy like Brian Coquard, who just won GP Marseillaise on a hilly course. He was saying this is a good chance for him. GC Koos is here for Tour of Oman. We got steep climbs for the likes of him, Adam Yates. But when they set off, only one rider went in the breakaway, Baptiste Vestroffer, who's on Lotto Intermarché, and he was surprised no one joined him. He's been in the breakaway a lot in the Tour Down Under, so a lot of the riders here, especially the Jayco leaders in Plapp and Schmidt, have been in Australia, as well as Adam Yates, and they were all very good in Cadel Evans last week, which was a hilly course. Those three actually on the final climb. Scaroni's here with a very strong Astana team, and they rip up the script. I mean, you're all familiar with how the Muscat Classic is raced. This is not what happens. Astana on the first rep of Al Jissa, this is not the finish. This is with 40Ks to go. Just absolutely send it with Bettiol. And we're seeing the death of sprinters being able to contest these hilly races because the teams with the puncher leaders, they just make the races so hard. And it is a steep course that suits it. You know, Fortunato attacking full gas after Harold Lopez peels off. It doesn't go anywhere because there's a fast descent. Covidus and Tudor take control again for Plomas and Brian Coquard, but that was kind of the writing on the wall for what would happen. They go through back town, then there's the Hamriyah climb. It's about 1K, 10%, very steep out of this hairpin. Ina Rubio attacks, and just a lot of fatigue being put into the sprinters and the heavier riders, although Rasmus Tiller, he has a crazy performance today. But UAE, they were being marked by Jayco. Jayco were probably the favourites, I guess, with Schmidt looking so good in Cadel Evans last week. And so when a move with Visma, EF, UAE go, you see actually it's Schmidt who happens to be on the front. He goes to respond to it, but then he'll actually turn around. And that's when, if you watch small things in races, small movements, you can understand the hierarchy of teams, the plan of teams. He goes to respond and he sees purple jersey of double behind him. And he says, you close it. You can follow that move. He's going to save his legs for later, and that's exactly what happens. Paul Double, winner of Tour of Guangxi last year, he covers that move. It goes nowhere over the top of Hamriyah, and we're going to go to the final climb. So it's in two parts. First steep ramp, they hit it at a straight line with speed, and then there's a dipper in the middle, and then it kicks up again. And Plapp, I think it is, lets the wheel of Paul Dublé go. He was coming to the front, maybe to make the race hard. He lets it go. Double looks around. It's obviously not the plan for him to attack. He even freewheels when I let this freeze frame go. He freewheels uphill, and then he's like, well, I may as well just send it. I got a gap for free, which is the right thing to do. Why not, make Yates or someone else try to close the gap if another favourite has to spend energy? I don't think it did do that. I think it's Pescador who's been quite good in Mallorca. Abdullah Jassim Al Ali, he's a good rider on UAE Devo. We saw him last year starting to perform well on Tour de Hungary. He responds there. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere, but he's actually looking very, very good for the UAE Devos. But Double, he's brought back. There's a shark coming. Adam Yates, there's no better sight you'll see in February. He just says, it's time for this dance. Who wants to hold the shoe? Scaroni can't hold it. Maybe Astana should have kept a bullet in the chamber earlier because Adam Yates is dancing. I mean, I think he's out of the saddle here for 12 minutes. I know it's only about a 4-minute climb, but he's just out of the saddle dancing, and you got Schmidt suffering on the wheel. Plapp is holding on as well. If Jayco can get over the top, it's looking good for them. Big if, because Yates is going all in. Koos, Lemon are caught behind Scaroni. It's now a big gap. And what will happen on the dipper? And Plapp pulls. So this really perfect situation for Jayco. They've got the numerical advantage. They've got Plapp keeping the gap. Yates does look back and sees, I got a bit of margin to play with, so he doesn't immediately start pulling full gas. He doesn't immediately attack on the next kick up He waits a bit, and maybe the group's going to come back. Koos is coming on the wheel, but then Yates goes bang, bang, bang. And I think it was a pretty funny interview they put up on Instagram. I saw, well, not an interview actually, it was just like a candid shot of Plapp, Schmidt, and Yates talking to each other after the race, and they were talking about the Jayco guys, how much they were suffering, and Schmidt was looking at the cat eyes on the road, counting them down. But they make it. That's the end of the climb. They make it over the top. Great situation for them now. And yeah, it's a fast descent. They got the huge weight advantage on Adam Yates. Schmidt is way faster in a sprint. Yates has created the huge gap behind. They could work him over. They had that much of a margin. They broke the KOM on that climb by a huge margin, although respect Ben Herman's in Tour of Oman 2017. Fantastic time. Plapp looks at Schmidt after Yates closes him and says, how you feeling? Do you want to roll him or whatever? And Schmidt just says, just go to the front pull. I'll dust him off in a sprint, no problem. And that's what's going to happen. So Yates is in magic form. He tries to sneak under the inside of Plapp here to maybe get a jump on Schmidt. Plapp, yeah, he just was doing the lead out. There was no space anymore and the barriers came in. But yeah, Yates looking like the man to beat for the actual Tour of Oman, with which he's won 2 editions on GC previously, but not today in Muscat Classic. Perfect execution from Jayco. Double at the base of the climb. They follow Yates. Schmidt wins comfortably to go 1-3. Then Scaroni 4, Lemon 5. Ahead of Tiller. I mean, he's so big to survive that. Pretty impressive, given how hard they made the race ahead of Oliveira, Henok, Van Sevenot, and Tesfacion. Here's what Schmidt had to say after the race.
The dream scenario, and apparently it was planned.
I'm rooming here with Plappy, and since coming from Australia, we were looking at the finals from the last couple of years, and we pretty much planned it exactly like it happened. So I think went pretty perfect in the end. Have a great shape, but yeah, in the end, winning bike races is something else. So I think to be able to win is extremely nice.
I hope you enjoyed the video. We got a sprint this morning in Oman. Milano, Blikra, X looking pretty good. I'll see you with the recap of that later today. Ciao, ciao.